guys, welcome back to Mama T's Craft Closet. I am Mama T, and it has been a journey with this new camera. I've had to figure out a different backdrop, which I just flipped this one around because the other side is this beautiful bright colored print, but it does not, the camera just can't process it. I think it's maybe too busy, I don't know, but it's working fine now. I had to get an adapter so that I could plug my Ethernet cable into my computer because this laptop that I have does not have an Ethernet port. So I had to do that because there was lagging that was happening. So yeah, but this is all good stuff because if I want to eventually be able to do lives with you guys, that's what I'm going to need to do. So the video that follows is me making a floral cane, a Southwestern inspired floral cane. And I had a whole other intro, but the sound was all off. The sound was awful too, by the way. I also discovered that turning down the volume on the microphone that is on the camera I needed to do. So lots of learning curves with this video. I was feeling extremely frustrated and defeated last week when I was recording it because I spent about 2 hours recording it. So I need to really pay attention and listen to it because there may be a voiceover for the actual process parts and the camera down or the what's it called? Down facing camera onto my work surface. There may be voiceover for that because if the audio is too bad, obviously I don't want to torture you guys with tinny and scratchy audio. So thanks so much for joining me and I hope you like this video. All right, guys, like my new fancy Mama T's Craft Closet thing? Let's do this. Not ideal, but it is what it is. So right now I'm just talking about doing a Skinner blend. So the blend is going to be that cowboy brown on either end going into the ivory. So cowboy brown, then ivory, then cowboy brown. I'm just using a square, about 1.5 inch, 2-inch block just to make those squares. Ran it through my pasta machine, conditioned it, and now I'm just trying to figure out exactly how I'm going to do this because I've never done a Skinner blend with 3 parts. Usually it's just 2 colors that you blend together. So this here, I'm trying to really figure this out, and that's pretty much what I'm talking about. So I'm just like, all right, let's just go for it. So typically that's what a Skinner blend is, but then we're adding this 3rd piece here. So again, I'm just not sure of what I'm doing, but getting it done. So that's what we came up with. So I'm getting ready to run it through my pasta machine. Now when you're doing a Skinner blend, you just keep folding it like that and just keep going, fold it in half, run it through the pasta machine again, and then you end up with this blend eventually. As much as you want it blend is what you decide to do. Now we're going to make the strip longer, so I'm actually going to feed it through my pasta machine the opposite way. But that little wonky end there I need to cut off because it's just not going to work. So I cut that off, and now I'm going to run it through my pasta machine the long ways, and that gives you this nice long strip. So now I'm going to fan fold this. This is one of the ways to do a petal, and that's essentially what's happening here. This is going to be part of that petal. So I'm just fan folding that whole piece. Try to keep it even. It does get a little tricky to keep it even, you know, and sometimes it goes all cattywampus. That's like my word of the day. It's like my new favorite word. So there's that blend there. We're going to put that one aside, and this blend is going to be that cornflower blue with the white. This one's just going to go right from the white to the cornflower blue. So again, I'm going to condition it, run it through my pasta machine, get the little RE fuzzies off of it that always seem to be on there. I've conditioned both. Again, I'm cutting the squares out. I end up doing 3, I believe, of each. And so I had to just cut that again. So yeah, I did 3 of each of those colors. Had plenty of the blue there to do that, so I didn't need to recondition it and put it back through. So again, with this one, you're going to cut kind of at an off angle, stack them, and then put them together. And again, push them together and then put it through my pasta machine until it's blended. Pasta maker, pasta roller, whatever you want to call it. That acrylic roller has cracks in it, so I stopped using it. I'm not sure what happened with that, but so I start using my purple one. And again, just getting it thin enough to put it through my pasta roller. And there's the blend that I did with that. So again, I'm going to fold it the opposite way that I've been folding it. Actually, I take that back. I'm going to fold it the same way, but I'm going to run it the long way and not the short way. Not sure what I'm talking about here, to be honest. So I don't like doing this voiceover thing, but I was not going to waste a 2-hour video by not submitting it and uploading it for you guys. Hence the title, I was built for hard things. All right, so we're going to fold that in half, and then we're going to run that through the pasta roller the long ways, again, like that. And that's on a number 3. So I have the Atlas 150, and 3 is what I run it through to get it thin enough to do another fan fold with this one. So again, we're doing the fan fold here. Again, trying to keep it, even. There we go. So I did speed up the video because it would take way too long for me to go through it with you guys. So right now I'm trying to form it into a petal shape. So I kind of want to have the top rounded and get that middle piece to a good point. Now, this is the first floral cane that I've done. It was a pretty involved one, to be honest, and I think I kind of bit off more than I could chew. I should have practiced it beforehand. Okay, so I made it into the petal shape, and now I'm going to go ahead and do some stamens in it. So I'm just using a little tool to make an indent and then cutting it in half. And then I'm going to take some black souffle, Sculpey souffle, and roll it into a little rod tube. I don't know what you want to call it, and then put that on there. And then I'm going to go ahead and run that through my pasta maker on a 3. And that just make a really, you'll see, it's actually really cool. It's a cool technique that I've shared. And then I'm going to put those 2 pieces together, and then again, reduce it down, try to get it back into that petal shape. I really should have made that tip a lot more. Now, fast forward here, obviously, I'm just trying to get it a little bigger and trying to get it shaped. And then I'm going to put another one of those little stamen guys in. This one's going to be a little shorter and lower down, but the same thing. Do a little logadoo, for those of you that remember that from one of my first videos. And then again, the same piece of the black, and then put that together. And there's another stamen. So again, we're going to try to make that into a petal shape and just reducing it down. It's really triangular right now, which kind of worked against me, I think. So I've reduced it down. Now we're going to the brown. So the brown, we're not going to reduce it the same way. We want to be able to see that gradation of the brown to the cream to the brown again. So we're going to reduce it that way. I've just been rolling it with the roller like that. And then I'm going to eventually run it through my pasta roller to get it nice and thin. And that will be on a number 2 setting, I believe. Yeah. So then I'm going to cut these and then stagger them. This is another way to get that petal effect. So I'm staggering it up and down, up and down, up and down, like that. Now I realized when I did this that I needed more. So I actually had to take that stack. I had to reduce that block a lot more, get it a lot smaller. It's way too big. And now I'm actually going to wrap the whole thing to kind of give it a little bit of definition. So I'm trying to shape it into a petal again. And then I'm going to actually end up running that through my pasta roller, I believe, again. Or no, I just put it on the edge. Okay. And cutting that. So this is just to give the petal a little more definition when it's in there. So again, just wrapping it around the whole thing and reducing it down. That's what building a cane, especially if, I mean, any cane, is you make it pretty big to start off with, and then you just keep reducing it, and then that's how you get the image that you do. I haven't done a lot of canes in my clay work, because they're really hard. Canes are really hard to do. And there are some people out there. So where this inspiration came from is from the Creative Dork. That's the YouTube user. Look how cool that is. That is the YouTube channel. It's called the Creative Dork. Here I'm just trying to round those top edges to more of a petal shape. And just trying to get that into the petal shape. And this is where I struggle, to be honest. I don't know if I didn't make it into enough of a petal shape, but you'll see when it actually comes out with the full flower, it's so triangular. Like the petals are so wonky, and I just wasn't pleased with this at all, to be quite honest. Like if you look there, it looks pretty round. I don't know why it got so square. And here I'm actually combining that rose beige that I had left over in that, and we're going to wrap that whole petal now in that brown, just to again make a more defined line. And that ends up being a little too long. Maybe not. Oh, oh shoot, because I forgot to turn off the audio in that section. Just keep pushing through, guys. Just keep pushing through. That's what you got to do sometimes. So here I'm just reducing it again, because what we're going to do is we're going to, now this, I got so cracked up. Doesn't it look like a little sloth face? It looks like a little sloth face. I thought it was so cute. So I'm cutting it into 2-inch sections. I need 6. Didn't have enough for 6 right off, so I had to stretch out the end a little bit more. Again, I should have practiced this beforehand. I always say I don't want to practice things beforehand, but this is definitely one I should have practiced. So if you've stuck through to this part of the video, thank you so much, because I don't know if I would have if I was watching it. Oh gosh. So here I'm just trying to again form the triangle point, and oh, and this is where I discovered it is all twisted. Somehow the point was on the top on one end and the point was on the bottom on the other end. Again, apparently I need to watch more videos on making a flower cane, because it is not a skill that I have acquired very well yet. So I'm just making them into petals, and then I've got the 6, and now I'm going to make the, what do they call that? What's the middle of the flower called? I don't even know. The middle of the flower. So I'm going to do another Skinner blend, and this time it's going to be with that rose beige and that orange there. It's burnt orange actually. And this is pretty cool. It looks really, really cool. I really like the gradient of these two colors together. And you'll see it once I do it. So I just do 1 square of each, because it just had to be rolled up to be the center of the flower. So I roll that out enough to get it through my pasta maker. I do the fold in half, run it through, run it through, run it through. And you're going to see it come out in a really, really pretty blend. Those two colors, the rose beige and the orange, burnt orange, came out really, really pretty. It's really cool because once I started blending it, the yellow came out of that orange. The yellow and the rose beige really made this beautiful yellow color. So I'm off camera right now, just running it through the pasta roller, not realizing that I'm still filming, to be honest. I'm like, oh, I was filming that whole time. Duh. So yeah, so needless to say, guys, this video was very challenging. Oh, where the heck did I not even show you guys that blend? So, oh my gosh. Wow. Okay, so apparently I wasn't filming. So now you can see I have the center of the flower, and right now I'm rolling out translucent to take up the space in between the petals. Again, shocking, I struggle with this too. The pieces are not big enough, and that's why, now that I think about it, that's why the petals, because if you look at the petals right now, they're rounded on the edge. The problem is when I put the pieces of the translucent in between, I didn't make it enough so that once I started rolling it, that it would take up the space and not squish the petals. Because the petals right now are rounded, but you'll see at the end when I'm all done that they're not rounded at all, that they're all wonky. Um, so yeah, so this is a video of what not to do. This is a video of don't follow what I'm doing. And that, you know what, guys, honestly, that is part of working with clay. I've learned a lot from this video, a lot. And I'm still posting it. You know, I am not by any means an expert in this. I'm not by any means a professional. This is a little fun crafting side hustle that I do. And I just enjoy creating things. So, you know, this is what I do. Um, it's not something that, you know, I'm trying to make millions at. Do I like selling pieces that I make? Of course I do. But it's definitely not something that I'm expecting to make millions of dollars on and quit my job. But yeah, so right now I'm just running the translucent through to get it so it covers the whole thing. And this is where we'll start reducing it down. And this is probably where I oh no, I guess not. But see, even right there, you can see it, that the petals are already flat. Look at how flat they are. So flat, but it's still cool. You know, I mean, it's still interesting. The colors are really pretty together. That burnt orange and that cornflower blue with the cowboy brown. Beautiful color combination together, those three colors. I definitely will want to make some other pieces with those colors. And what just amazes me is that it comes from little slabs of clay, and that's what you get. Like, you know, despite all the trials and tribulations and the frustrations and everything else, it still, you know, came from there and became this. So that is it, you guys. That is my first flower king.
Like, subscribe, and hit that notification bell.